The past few weeks have not been good for the Xbox brand, with a block of acquisition in one of the key markets and Redfall crashing and burning. So what is exactly going on with Xbox? Namaskar friends, welcome to Illegal Desi. Let's discuss. Before we continue further, if you like the video, do hit the like and subscribe button and share this video out to a friend. It helps this channel more than you know. Also, your feedback is very much appreciated down in the comments below. When Xbox launched the Series consoles, it came in riding on a wave of enthusiasm and optimism from people on the Bethesda acquisition. Even in India, there were months when Xbox was outselling PlayStation 5 back in 2021. Xbox was also named as Publisher of the Year for 2021, and to top things off, Microsoft announced a deal that sent shockwaves across the industry with its intent to acquire Activision Blizzard. Things started to take a downturn with 343 not being able to push out post-launch content and timely optimize the game bugs, failed promises such as couch co-op, forcing a huge change within the studio itself. Adding to their problem was the call to delay Redfall and Starfield, the two most hyped games on the Xbox platform. With that, Microsoft was left without a single-party major AAA game release for 2022. It was the two games from Obsidian, Pentiment and Grounded, and a second-party game As Dusk Falls that prevented Microsoft from being a total washout. All the high Microsoft was riding on in 2021 was washed out in 2022, where we had multiple people saying 2023 will be Xbox's year. Start of this year, Microsoft gained the first advantage when Microsoft shadow dropped Hi-Fi Rush and it rated far better than rival Sony's exclusive Forspoken. And many, including myself, were confident that Microsoft is back. They did release Game Pass titles such as Wolong Fallen Dynasty and timed exclusives such as Valheim to complement February and March. Fast forward to middle of April, where the troubles truly began. First with a less than average showing of Minecraft Legends, and their acquisition bid being blocked in one of the three key markets, and finally Redfall having an absolutely disastrous launch was the last straw for many. It's not just that Microsoft is having a bit of bad luck. It's also that they've been having internal issues here and there that have snowballed into an avalanche that has many, including hardcore Xbox fans, losing faith in the brand, and I'm talking about people who stayed faithful even during the disastrous 2013 launch of Xbox One. So let's have a look at the issues that have brought Xbox to where it is. Let's start with the biggest one of them all. Not only did Microsoft raise the price of Xbox in India twice, but a few other markets as well. But the bigger issue is Microsoft has its hardware sales declined by 30% as per its own reporting, and although pieces are available online, it's nearly impossible to walk into a store and buy an Xbox. This is supplemented by the fact that Sony has had an absolutely amazing start with the highest count of console sales in any quarter in the history of PlayStation. One thing which many of us have complained about is Microsoft's absolute failure to market its games properly. Even last year, with 3 small games, Microsoft was caught snoozing at the driver's seat as they launched with little to no marketing. At the start of this year, Microsoft also cut Xbox's bare bones marketing budget, adding to their problems. They released 4 games in a matter of 2 weeks, of which 3 are exclusive. And yet, there was little to no attention to Redfall and Minecraft, while the last case of Benedict Fox and Ravenlock were left to fend for themselves. Even last year, during the Game Awards, which is watched by millions. The only thing Microsoft put up was an ad for Xbox Game Pass. Many have been calling out for a Nintendo Direct or a PlayStation State of Play style showcase. While we have gotten a developer direct, events like these look few and far between, and the gamers have to wait for a yearly showcase every single time. This is one that is something that happened ever since Rise of the Tomb Raider. MS has not had a big AAA timed exclusive that people would want to buy the console for. On the other hand, Sony has secured Final Fantasy VII in the past and Final Fantasy XVI and even Silent Hill as a timed exclusive to PlayStation, so fans of the series will need to buy the console for the game. And Xbox might speak against in-game exclusive content, but it is a fact that it does help sell the game on one console more. This is true for Call of Duty and recently Hogwarts Legacy. Sony might have used its dominant position in the market to get exclusive, but Xbox hasn't strategized well enough to secure timed exclusive deals outside a few indie games, and Stalker 2 being the only exception, and even then, the timed exclusivity is not more than 3 months. This is a hot topic right now, but this is not the first time Xbox has failed quality control. It's happened with Halo Infinite, it's happened with Halo Master Chief Collection, it's happened with Sea of Thieves, State of Decay, Crackdown 3. While these are the exceptions and the quality has improved in the last few games, including Grounded, Psychonauts, Hi-Fi Rush, but it's one thing if a third-party developer puts out a poorly optimized game, but it reflects terribly when a first-party game developer is not able to utilize all the tools at their disposal. What expectations can you have on third-party developers to do it? This includes recent criticism given to Striking Distance and Avalanche Studios for Callisto Protocol and Hogwarts Legacy, whose games ran better on PlayStation according to Digital Foundry. Currently, Microsoft has a very limited focus on the market. It's mostly US, UK, Europe and Japan. Outside of that, they're treating every other market as second-class citizens, especially if you got a console. In India, they have a terrible supply chain system that has not improved. No dedicated Xbox team, not even a Twitter account. Even on a global level, we have fan accounts like Globril or Xbox India more locally doing an amazing job trying to keep the community together. That is a far cry from Sony, who in spite of having an extremely minuscule share in India, have done an amazing job with supply, with marketing. We all remember the God of War Ragnarok in the Mumbai Metro, or the live from PS5 in the Gurgaon Cyber Hub, and with the after-sale service as well. It is telling of how far Microsoft has come when there was a time that even the system-melting red ring of death could not stop the sales and the hype around Xbox 360, which to this day remains Xbox and Microsoft's best hardware, to admitting defeat in the console space. There is a line Phil Spencer says that console remains at the core of their strategy, while also saying that they are not going to out-console Sony or Nintendo. But it's not doom and gloom for Xbox at this point. They have posted good revenue to stick to gaming and have a ton of games that are out to come, starting with Starfield, Hellblade, Avowed and Perfect Dark. Now, as a consumer, I'm not the one who's going to tell how Microsoft should run its business, but there are things that they can do that us as gamers see. Put some more effort into marketing. Last year, in spite of having 3 small games, there was zero focus on marketing. All they've heavily marketed till now is Game Pass and controllers, which is great but not enough focus on the games. Secondly, bring some trust back to the console players by showcasing every first-party game on the Xbox. When PlayStation puts out a gameplay or a trailer, it's always shown running on a PlayStation, not a PC. Xbox, on the other hand, has always shown a PC-centric gameplay, which makes it very easy to manipulate and deceive. Third, bring out keyboard and mouse support for all first-party games on Xbox and work with third-party games for the same. In my opinion, it will be a game changer for many PC players who can buy an Xbox for cheap and have a PC-like gaming experience. Fourth, work with third-party developers, especially Japanese developers, to bring more JRPGs on Xbox. And lastly, never, ever let a game come out in such a broken state as Redfall ever again. In spite of having a loaded year and much more games than Sony coming out for this year, Microsoft is talking and acting like a loser. In the digital age, console sales may not matter to them, but they are forgetting what made them great in the first place. They made the first move in subscription and are the leaders in cloud gaming. They made the first move in game preservation with backwards compatibility, something that Sony massively struggles with. Accessibility in gaming, not just with devices, but with an adaptive controller that any gamer can use. And they currently dominate the FPS, the Western RPG, and the real-time strategy games genre. They talk about reaching 3 billion players, but if you lose the trust of your core gamer audience, that target becomes impossible to reach. I really want Xbox to do well, put out amazing system-selling games, and they can do well, I know of it. Because I can tell you this much, if Xbox bows out of the console space with Nintendo doing its own thing, Sony is going to have so much unchecked power that they will use it and abuse it like how they started during the PS3 era with a $600 console. They have already raised the game prices by about 1,000 rupees with its dominant market position, and they will not hesitate to exploit the market further. Anyways guys, I know this video was way longer than you expected, even I expected, but thank you for sticking out till the end, and I will see you in the next one.